Hi Pisces, I am here to do a specialty 12 house check-in for you guys, okay? I already pulled your leader lane for the house, represented the third house, okay, where Taurus is at the cusp because Uranus is in retrograde there. Mercury's about to go retrograde too. There's just like a powerhouse of planets in retrograde right now. But Uranus is retrograde for the third time. I did an initial one card pull for that on Insta. I will link it below for you guys. I'm going to pull your other houses. I am going to be pulling tarot spreads and using oracles throughout, depending on what I get back. But you did pull with agape here for the third house. This is an initiation. This is a beautiful, beautiful card to pull in the third house. And I see that popping for you guys. I don't think the retrograde is going to be bad for you. I think it's actually going to give you more time to go over the differences. It's like widening your network, something very eccentric and different and offbeat about either your communications or the way you're communicating or your small networks. And that may be because they're branching out or doing things that are very, very different. Okay. You will be having some sextiles to the moon, all right, like throughout the month. And you guys do have a full moon in your sign this month. On the 10th, I will be doing a specialty full moon reading for every single sign that I'll post in one or two separate uploads as well. I will do that within the next day or two for you guys and every other sign, like I normally do, but it's going to be a very beautiful full moon. That said, I would like my first house for my Pisces. And you're pulling here with a temple, okay, which is beautiful. Okay, you guys have, you guys may be taking care of your bodies extra hard or just doing something that's very, I don't know, I'm just getting a very eclectic, and I'm so sorry, Pisces. Hold on one second. Hold on. Sorry about that. I thought my ringer was off. Anyways, you guys also have you have a trine to everything going through Virgo, and Venus just entered Virgo and will be going through Virgo throughout the month. So this is also, I see, very good because it will be trining off with everything in Uranus. So I feel like they're, you know, and it could come in the form of a partnership or just partnerships or something to do with business, something that's pretty sturdy here. Now there are squares, you know, from Uranus to Saturn, which can cause some towers or upending in structures, but that just may be you upending the way that you communicate throughout your networks. All right, and the changes that brings on. I mean, I think if some of you guys are caretakers, you know, there could be some extra duties that you feel like for one reason or another just aren't noticed or are kind of in the dark, all the work that you do, or at home or in a place of confinement or something of the sort, especially with Saturn in the 12th house. Okay, for those of you that work from home, that could just be a reflection of all the work and duties that you have from home, even if you're just a caretaker, okay? Some of you, there could be some issues with siblings and mothers figures that I do see here with the T-square forming between Uranus and Saturn and Ceres, which is the divine mother, and it's an asteroid that's pretty important in modern astrology, going through Leo, that will be squaring off. But overall, I see a lot of positive energy because, you know, they will be in trine with Pluto as well, you know, forming a grand trine. Eventually, everything that's going through Virgo with Pluto at the end of Capricorn and Uranus in Taurus. So I do see it as beneficial, okay? Some of you guys could be outstretching, okay, network-wise, and really transforming communications and networks from the 11th house as well, that it has a positive impact on your third house. So your small networks may widen their stretch, especially if you're widening your commerce, the ways you communicate, the way you sell your product, the way you get out whatever you do, you know, it is something very transformative, offbeat, edgy, and yet deep about it, okay? Give me my second house for my Pisces, please. The King. I love this, okay? Because you guys do have Jupiter in the second house right now, so you guys could have growth insofar as your income goes at this time. So I love seeing the King here in your second house. I think especially if you're business owners, it might be really good. Some of you may have a very important boss or leader that comes in to help you some with your careers at this time, but we're gonna see, give me the fourth house for my Pisces, please. The Poet. There you are. I think I like attach this card because you guys are so highly creative to you guys a lot, some of the other signs as well. But to have this in the fourth house, You know, Mars is transiting the 4th house in Gemini, so there is a strong drive in the 4th house arena right now, especially again if you guys work from home. Now sometimes Mars can show up as energies in your home, so there may be a new masculine around that comes up for some of you guys around this time. Mars is going to be in Gemini for quite a while and will actually retrograde in the sign. So those of you that are feminine or masculine that are interested in masculines, or just have a masculine energy enter your home that might be new. Sometimes they do show up as people as well. Okay, I'm showing up here with the empty room in your 5th house of joy, creativity, children, and romance. So some of you might be celibate at this time or going through some sort of a dry patch, but it's funny because aside from 2 asteroids, you know, or Black Moon, Lilith, and Paleus, there's no planets in the 5th house right now. But I'll go over that when we get there in a minute. Okay, or it could be that you guys went through some sort of breakup of some sort or another, or are looking to fill up the empty room. Let's see. On the 6th house, we are popping with the fault line, and that will be squaring anything that you have in Taurus, including Uranus, which is going through there. So I do see that you guys need to watch out for your health right now, or maybe if there's somebody that you're caretaking for or something like this, there could be an issue. Again, I've already gone over the square aspects and opposition that I see between Saturn, okay, which is a lot of duty in the 12th house that's going on right now. By the time it makes it to your 1st, if you heed Saturn's call, there's always a present that's left at the door, and a present at the door of the 1st house is pretty significant. So you know, I see most of the Pisces that will be plugging into this have, you know, will be heeding those kinds of calls. I have the Hunter in the 7th house. Okay, so you guys might have somebody that's very driven that comes in as a partner, or you may be looking for significant partnerships. And with the empty room and the Hunter, I could see this being a thing. Okay, but I'm going to explore it more with some tarot, all right, and some Lenormands. But, you know, with this fault line here, I would definitely say take heed to your health. We'll see what else pops on it. But I do see, you know, there could be some issues where there's just, you know, some sort of brawls between siblings and a mother figure, or, you know, whether you're the mother figure or whether that's with your own mother, or brawls between your sense of service as a female figure and your duties. Something of this sort. Or if you're caretaking for someone else, there might just be some issues there that come up that rattle off in the 6th house. But we're going to see. Give me the 7th house, please. The 8th. Okay. All right. Popping with the Warrior in the 8th house. And I do see, like, again, for those of you that are involved in a new business or really creaming it up at work, there's something here where you're really buttoning through, and there's some sort of tie to long-term legacy or deep, you know, transformative relationships. And you may just be going through a dry patch because you're not really interested in anything else. Okay, for some of you. Or you really have to, you may have to stand up for something, but we'll see here, or have just gone through a lot having to do with family at this time, okay? In some instances or another, or some other relationships, all right, that have come back up that are, you know, part of an 8th house transformation that's going on right now, all right? You're pulling with the Forest here in the 9th house, so some of you may be engaged in a lot of travel or something at this time, or be studying, or be constant studiers, whether that's self-study or on your own here, that you're just really exploring some 9th house Sagittarian-like themes here, and find it to be a really rich and rewarding place, okay? Ooh, you're popping with the Queen. Somebody else popped with the King and Queen, and I hardly ever pull them in the same reading. You're popping here with the Queen. Oh, I love that for you. Okay, for the 10th house. The King and the 2nd, and the Queen and the 10th. Some of you may have a divine mate that comes in through your career, or through some other income source, or be teaming up in a collaborative partnership that spans over you know, the 2nd and the 10th house here, creating a wave over your income and your career here of some significance, okay? For those of you that are not with anybody now, you may actually meet somebody through that. I feel like this popped for another sign. I got to remember here who. You're popping here with the Self in the 11th house. So there may be some sort of reflection that's going on between your house of networks and yourself. And I could see that happening with the way the energy is with Pluto being in your you know, going through there in the 11th house, really transforming the areas of networks and the house of good spirit, as it was called, okay? You might actually be of benefit to people in wider networks, you know, in one way or another, and they may reflect back on you as well, or just a sense of really enriching reward here, okay? And I'm pulling here with the Cave in the 12th, okay? Which again, with Saturn going through there, I feel like there is a lot of underground energy that maybe not everybody even knows how hard you're working or how many duties you have in one way or another here, that are quite significant to you over the past few years that Saturn's gone through. Sometimes we can feel confined when Saturn goes through the 12th. Sometimes you're actually confined. Can be a very 8 of Swords like feeling, but with the transformative energies that I see in your chart playing out, I feel like you guys are over the hump of that, which is a good thing because Saturn is nearing the end of the 12th house. So it's a good time to have that supportive energy coming through for my Pisceans, okay? I'm going to do this somewhat like my tutelary tales and pull a Lenormand on every one of these. I am using an extended Lenormand deck today, all right? And then I'm going to be pulling some side reads, either 5-card spreads or a Celtic cross, or a 6-pointed star on some of these access points that I see here to get some further information for you. You're popping here with twin flames on the 1st house, okay? And like I said, there is a full moon in Pisces and there is a lot of energy in your 7th house. So if you guys are not with anybody, you may meet somebody significant over the course of the next few periods, especially with everything going through Virgo. There's a big emphasis on your 7th house right now, okay? If it is, it might be a higher level commitment, especially with this popping here, and you hang on, you guys are popping here with the coffin in the 2nd house where the king is. So some of you may have been over with, you know, through breakups of some sort or just massive transformations here in the way you earn your income of some sort, okay? Because that opposes the 8th house and we have the queen in the 8th house, there might actually be issues of loss of one or more parents going on or that have occurred for you guys, okay? Over the, you know, prior period, or, you know, and especially with the tensions I see with caretaking and the 12th house as well. Some of you may be faced with aging parents or caretaking of one sort or another here. That's been somewhat of a challenge, okay, on several fronts, okay, but we're gonna take a look, okay. I am pulling here with the church, okay, and on this agape. So I do feel like for those of you that are healing or in the healing arts or in medicine or in any way, do something that really I don't know, inspires other people in one way or another, that where your communication is a skill, or you're in the receipt of services that, you know, really change you. There's something very initiatory here, okay, that I see going on in the 3rd house, and very beautiful with agape and the church popping in here. You know, you may be questioning some of your old beliefs, and some of you guys may have challenges from the areas that I said in regards to that, okay, but there's something very transformative with when it comes to Uranus being in your 3rd house, okay, where if you were raised, let's say, very dogmatic, you know, in any religion, that you are really exploring the meanings of spirituality, you know, aside from just general dogmatic beliefs that you were raised with, okay, in one sense or another, or maybe helping others in that regard as well, okay. The 4th house with the poet, you're pulling with a child. So again, I feel, you know, some of you may have had a child okay, especially with the child popping in the 4th house, or may just have a lot of focus on your children right now, especially at home. Others of you literally may work from home or be redesigning, have had to redesign your work from home since COVID and, you know, beyond, where you have something new happening with your home, okay? You may have a brand new home, you know, something of this sort, but there's something very new and transformative here and very creative and invigorating for you, Pisces, okay? Hang on one second. Let me pull. I want this on this empty room. On this empty room, we're pulling with the head of the pack. So there's something here, and it could be because you are very driven on a creative project or something very, very special here, that you're trying to get to the head of the pack, or you only want the head of the pack. But I'm gonna look here, but I am getting this strong drive that, like, you mess with the best or not at all. Here. Yeah. The cross is pulling out on that. Okay, give me this fault line here on the 6th house for my Pisces. And then I'm going to pull some more. Yeah, there's something here with the 6th house. Because we're pulling here with the mountain, which sometimes you know, you need a fool and a hermit and a couple other things. When I see the mountain, that I usually associate with the mountain, but it usually is also associated with problems, and we have the fault line here. So there's something or risk here that you guys need to pay close attention to, and I may pull just a 5-carder on that when I'm done with this. Give me the hunter here. Give me the hunter. If somebody does come in right now, I expect it to be an overwhelming kind of connection, very overwhelming, but in a good way, from what's showing here, okay? You guys may be reviewing a lot of documents and have a lot of contracts also that are of significance. All right, with a lot of activity in the 7th house. It's not always to do with marriages and major relationships, although it can be. All right, but if you have any kind of partnership contracts or new business dealings, you're going to have to look at them with a fine-tooth comb. And there's something, hold on, here. And again, okay, we're pulling with the moon on the warrior, all right, for your 8th house, okay? Some of you, hang on, maybe in a period of, you know, deep reflection and a lot of emotions in 8th house arenas, okay? I'm going to look more into it, but I feel like some of you have been through a lot, either with family or with deep sexual relationships of one sort or another here. And again, if somebody comes in, you may already be with somebody that's your life partner, mate, okay? But the 8th house, for it to be a very rich place, that's a wonderful thing. But, you know, I feel like it's been a long stretch. You didn't get there easily, something of this sort here, okay? And I am pulling on this Forest, the book, which has a lot to do with philosophy, hidden secrets, study, work, communications, and education, which is perfectly fitting. So I do feel like that's a really rich place for you. And the book here is just emphasizing that that is a heavy, heavy place right now. Hang on. I do feel like some of you are tapping into expanding your networks, and I would definitely suggest that with Uranus going through the 3rd house, okay? Almost taking a 3rd house to an 11th house status, especially with Pluto trining off, okay, in these sections, okay, in Capricorn, all right? Because I do feel like there's a lot of room for growth in your career right now by expanding your networks and reinventing the way you do commerce or networking, all right? That's very different or here in some way or another, okay? That's, you know, you pop with so many communications cards. It's like insane. And I am getting like the letter here, which has a lot to do with communications. And again, I was talking about 12th house arenas, and this opposes the 6th house So I do feel like there is a lot of duties with Saturn going through. And again, you guys may have communication specific to something to do with, like, you know, a divine feminine figure, or be facing some challenges between the way you communicate or the way you, things you need to do, or something offbeat that you're doing in your career here, and something with women. Okay. It could be because you're an activist and have nothing to do with your home or service, but for others of you, it could have to do with siblings or, you know, close, tight networks, especially if you do something different. Something here with that, that's just, I want to pull, I'm going to pull a Celtic cross here real quick on this 6th and 12th house access for you. Okay. Because of this fault line with the mountain and the letter in the cave, I want a Celtic cross on that for you. Okay. And then I'm gonna work backwards some. Yeah, we have the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The Empress is popping here as your first card position. This could be you, or this could be another divine feminine figure. Some of you may have lost a mother figure, or again be faced with caretaking, or faced with the loss or worry of a mother figure, or something to do with a feminine figure. Some of you could be reinventing the way you see women, or this could have to do with this, but it has a lot to do with duties. Okay. And some of them are underground, and for one reason or another, yeah. Give me my second position for this 2nd and 12th, please. Page of Swords. Page of Swords is crossing you. If you are business owners and you have like expanded your reach somewhat, you may have some fears about communications, or fears about people watching you, or something of this sort. Like, you know, not, I mean, Pisces aren't all like, you know, that's not like, and I'm not trying to stereotype a Leo, but it's not like you always love to be a ham or something of this sort, you know. So sometimes you guys can feel a little bit shy in the public eye, but we're going to see here. Okay. Give me the recent past for this. There's some sort of, I see a 4 of Cups down here. Okay. And some of you, 4 of Pentacles in the recent past. There's something here that you guys have been holding on to on the 2nd and 12th house arena, and some of you may not even been expressive about what you're holding on to. Okay. I have a Page of Cups crowning you, okay, that especially if you are healers or something of some sort, or you do something creatively, there could have been something that you're holding on to that you're bringing forth in business, okay? Others of you could be facing issues with children or siblings here, okay, with a feeling of holding on to old pain, or feelings of rejection or something here, where you felt like you couldn't communicate or talk about something. Okay, give me the near future here on this. King of Rods. Hold on. Give me my Pisces on this. Here's the communication card and movement. There's a lot of, again, there's a T-square basically between Ceres and Saturn and Uranus in your 3rd house here, okay? And I'm pulling on your 6th and 12th right now, okay? But there's some sort of interconnectivity here, okay, with the 6th house and the 12th house here because of the T-square that I'm discussing. Yeah. And for some of you, it could have to do with children or another divine masculine figure, or stepping out into your firepower here. There may have been something about you that you kept hidden for a long time, or again, some sort of work or collaboration or communication or new thing that you have and it could have come about, you know, long time ago when Uranus first entered, or just be changing a lot now or something of this sort. here. That's pretty intense. There could have been some sort of communication that was especially hurtful or something of this sort here. But I do want you guys to, yeah. So you're showing up here, you know, hold on. You know, your main thing is that you want to communicate, you want to make movement away from this position. I see that of feelings of rejection and or holding on to old pain or holding on to something, or if you were holding on to someone or someone was holding on to you, I see you wanting to let go of that, okay? And there may have been some restrictions here, and it's funny, in your hopes and fears, you're popping here with the Eight of Swords. Okay, and the 12th house, Saturn especially through it, can feel very restrictive and restraining in ways that you can't even fully sometimes explain to other people, okay, or other people don't even understand or know about, you know. And with it crossing here with the 12th house, you know, or opposing the 6th house, and then, you know, playing off with Uranus here, there is a strong drive to free yourself from any chains. Okay, with that Uranian energy, and I feel like you guys are doing that, and I feel like the ways you're doing that are playing out in your wider networks, like I said, because of that trine, as well as in your partnerships and something to do with business here. And again, if you guys, yeah, transformation. Okay, the likely outcome is death. All right, which is a positive card, okay? That's scorpionic energy and transformation, and that's exactly the kind of card I wanted to see here. What you may not see around you is judgment, okay? Other people are either under judgment here for what's gone on, or are making a judgment call for in regards to you, okay? And you could see people come back around, okay, to you in this regard, okay? If there have been problems, you may have, especially with Mercury going to be in retrograde, all right? Communications, past people, past contracts, all these things can come up for review now, and Mercury's going to retrograde right over your from Libra back into Virgo. So from the 8th house, which is death, taxes, legacy, inheritance, back into Virgo, your 7th house, okay? From September 9th through October 1st, okay? Yes, you can have problems with electronics and all these sorts of things, but even more so than that, retrograde periods can be used positively, all right? Especially for the things that you've backburnered that just need to come back up or need to be fixed or dealt with, okay? And for you guys, this may go over partnerships and something to do with legacy, inheritance, death, taxes, okay? Especially if you guys filed an extension, let's say, on your taxes. It's time to do them again, right? Because October's right around the corner. So things of this nature may come up right now. But I do want to pull a couple of clarifiers on this real quick, because I see that you are going to transform these like whatever has held you back is with Uranus going through the 3rd house. It's just impossible for it not to, especially with these positive trines I see to Pluto that are going to be occurring. All right, you know, I think that this is an excellent time to transform. All right, and I see that you will have positive energy to do so. Okay, from the trines from Pluto that will be hitting everything going through Virgo in your 7th house, okay, right by your 8th house cusp, okay? Let me just check on this real quick. I want I want 3 on this Page of Swords. Yeah. I do see you guys like going away, like, and again, this may have been something that you held on to for a long time. You guys may be tapping into old gifts, or you may be wrapping up something significant having to do with children, and that could be, you know, in regards to your own mother, your own family, if you don't have children of your own. But I see that there's truth and communications that are crossing you, or crossed you or held you back in the past, or maybe you felt like you couldn't communicate with another feminine figure. But I see you going away from that with the Chariot and the Hangman here, away from a state of being in limbo. With the Chariot's like the fastest moving, you know, soul arcana in the deck, okay? Highly tied to Cancerian energy, okay, which is in your 5th house. So again, some of you Give me this, Four of Cups here. Yeah, I see the Star, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. I feel like there's been some heavy burden here because of a deep, deep feeling of inward rejection here, or a feeling of not being fulfilled, not being able to tap into an Ace of Cups. That's been a very, very heavy burden on you. Pisces is a very urethral sign, okay? They're very sensitive, very loving, and very nurturing. And if you know, you're not getting that loving or nurturing from, you know, even if you do get it from your own self-care, it's like Pisces revels in giving love and affection to others. So if, as well, you know, so, but there's something very healing here, okay, about communications, which have been at a standstill before, which was some sort of heavy burden. And some of you may have feared the spotlight. If you do have like stage fright or stepping up at work or something like this, all of these things are being healed now with the Star, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Wands here. Okay, it's going through a huge transformative phase. Give me this Four of Pentacles here. King of Wands. On this Four of Pentacles, I get the King of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. Some of you guys may have been juggled by a fire sign. Okay. Or have been holding on to some sort of dreams of your own. Like if you gave up on some of your dreams in the past, some way or another, okay, out of a sense of duty or service, it's like you're freeing yourself from that, okay, or already did, okay, and you know, if you were at a phase of indecision about it in the past, that's gonna end. For others of you, there may be somebody with significant fire that comes back around your way, okay, or somebody in your third or sixth house here with fire strong in their charts here, okay, that comes back around. For some of you, there may, okay, because I have a King of Wands over here as a clarifier, and I've got a King of Wands in the near future, all right, and I've got a Four of Pentacles over here, a Two of Pentacles, then an Eight of Cups on this Four of Pentacles. So I feel like if you were holding on to something, you're letting go, you let go of it, and I don't know, there's just some sort of theme here, okay, regarding old pain here that's being healed and transformed in your life in a big, 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 big way. Give me this King of Rods here. I do feel like some of you are going to take a boss-like role, and that might be you in your own, your own income earning arena or something here. But for some of you, you may get some sort of job offer or bonus or opportunity here or something here in the future that comes back around. And if there was somebody that was not properly investing as to your children, if you have child support issues, I see that changing in the future, either by a court decision, which forces that person to invest in their children, or by just them changing themselves, okay? I've got Ace of Pentacles, Justice, and the Seven of Pentacles with this King of Rods. Others of you may just have some sort of justice about some sort of new investment here. And again, some of this investment may have been in yourself that you've been doing in the shadows for a long time here. But let me, what you got going on here, Pisces? Give me this Page of Cups. Yeah, everybody's talking about how everything's going to square. Yeah, I do see there's some, again, I'm getting, on this Page of Cups, I get the World, the Page of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. There may have been something unfair here, and again, for some of you, it could involve caretaking for a female figure or parenting issues or something of this sort. You may have just felt pulled in your own duties, okay, or been not getting equal give and take or something, and that's transforming, okay, and it's transforming due to your own exploration, and I do see good news coming in. Some of you may get an offer of some sort of significance, either an offer to help you relieve your load here in some way or another, or take on some additional duties, or you're going to get that present at your doorstep I discussed in regards to Saturn here, okay, and that might be through your own creativity and self-care that like brings this about, okay. I do think you're highly involved in this. What is this Eight of Swords here? Wow. On the Eight of Swords here, in your hopes and your fears, I got the Death, the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. So again, I feel like some of you, you know, have had, you know, or faced, you may be doing inner shadow or reflective work or something of this sort, or just had a lot of issues that cross 6th and 12th house access points that were rather hard. And, you know, it's like some of you may have been played, you know, or had somebody that was very in and out with their support or the give and take in either a family relationship or other area. It could even be at work if you're in a service, you know, oriented industry, all right, where you face some sort of ending and transformation, all right, that was rather harsh and hard, you know, and that you felt like you were going to be imprisoned by that situation forever, but you're not. And the Pisces that this is hitting on already knows that because of the transformations that are about, you know, that are popping off now, okay? All right, and some of you may have had roughshod support from one person or another that was kind of in and out, you know, and if that was you, you know, it's like you're choosing what you're going to stay consistent with and what you're not. Where you know, where you're going to invest your efforts into and what you're not. Something of this sort where there's you know, been a significant ending. That's kind of trapped you, yeah, in one way or another. And like more Five of Swords, the Tower, and the Fool. Okay, this is a big one. This is a heavy one, huh, Pisces? I'm glad I pulled on this access point. Give me this Death card here. Do you want to know what I got on the Death card? I got the Two of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and Strength. So I do see massive transformation, and if it's you guys, it's like in creating your own legacy, creating your own family, exactly what I see going on because of the play between the access points and the squares right now. Some of you may reach a brand new threshold or have a new beginning with someone, you know, or there may be some significant ending to an old family situation that you can finally put behind you, where there was pain or feelings of restrictions. Those are going to go away because Uranus isn't going to let them stay there, you know, and that's part of that Uranian energy, okay? And Venus will be trining off with Uranus as it moves through Virgo, which I think will be beautiful. Definitely different, eccentric, but beautiful. So if you do have somebody new come along, they're going to be completely different than what you've had previously in one way or another here, okay? Give me the Judgment here. Yeah. On this Judgment, okay, which is what you don't see, I do see that there is, and maybe some of you need to hear this, but that there was some sort of divine love, and it could be in a relationship or could be, you know, on those 6th, 12th house access. Some of you may have experienced death or something of this sort here, or some sort of shoddy behavior, but you know, somebody is experiencing some sort of change here because I have the Five of Swords, the Three of Swords, and the Ace of Cups. Somebody may have stomped on you in one way or another here, Pisces, you know, and, you know, for whatever reason, the message here is that that person is under judgment or coming to terms with judgment and may come back around, okay? And if they don't, you're going to be healed from it, okay? All right, you know, whoever's showing up here, there looks like there was some shit here that went down. I'm sorry. All right, but those feelings of restrictions are going to go, and it's mainly because of this. You're moving on from it, okay? Along with this Chariot over here, with the Ace of Swords and the Hangman, it's like you see right through it now, whatever it was. You know, it's transformed you. You've accepted your duties where they belong, okay? And again, I see for a lot of you, a lot of really positive momentum, okay? Whatever the fault lines were have been exposed, okay? For those of you that need to tap back into self-care in one way or another because of some background pain or inner work or something like that, Pisceans will. You know, remember to nurture yourself first, okay? Because a Piscean can't be the loving Piscean that they are, you know, if they don't take care of themselves first. But most of you guys tapping in here know, but, you know, for those of you that are natural caretakers, it's hard sometimes, okay? Give me this Eight of Wands. But I do see a lot of healing communications, and yeah, on this Eight of Wands, it's like somebody, something about your communications here have brought you a great deal of independence. And for those of you that do communicate about your pain in one way or another, whether that's through a medium of writing or speaking or as a teacher or anything of that sort, I see it being very, very healing. So something about your journey benefits the masses communication-wise. Okay, here. That's pretty profound. All right, or is changing. And that might be, you know, the way you change business here, okay, in one sort or another. All right, but the message here is that whatever has happened, as long as you just keep moving here on this 6th and 12th house, you're on the right path, okay? You don't need to be afraid to shed your light, is what I'm seeing here, okay? I told you the different ways I see it playing out. Let me put these to the side so I can pull, because there's a couple other things I'm going to pull on here. I'm not going to make you watch me shuffle these. I'm just going to put them to the side and use a different deck to do a couple other pulls here for you. There was something else I wanted here. I want something on this empty room, because I feel like for some of you that you have some new creative project or have really expanded the way you do something creatively or with children or something due to a loss of some sort or rather here, okay? And for some of you, I feel like you may go to the head of the pack if you do anything creatively. Like, I don't want to say it's lonely at the top, but I get this feeling here, it's lonely at the top for you, for some of you, okay? So just make sure, you know, you plug into other people that do your craft, whatever that is, or find other people in your business and networks here that you can go to for support or that can mentor you in some way or another. If you're in a craft or in some sort of creative project here where you don't have other people in your community or something that you talk to, something of this sort here I'm getting here. Give me this, I want a 5-card pull on this empty room with the head of the pack here. Some of you, again, may be highly engaged in work right now, but I do show for some of you that you have some sort of divine union coming in, if you're not already with your twin flame. And for those of you that are, you may have Virgo, Pisces placements of some sort going on with them. Like they may have Pisces placement or you may have Virgo placement of some sort here, okay? Some sort here, something here, okay? Hold on, I'm gonna pull some more on a couple things here. I want a 5-card on this empty room. Pisces, I lost you. Battery pack change. I just pulled a King of Cups as your first card here on this 5-card pull to do with the head of the pack in the empty room. There's that 4 of Pentacles again. What's going on there? Two came in on that, so I'll keep them both. You're in the 4th position. I'll call these out in 1 second, Pisces. Moon is at the bottom of the deck. There you are. Or Cancerian energy. There's something here about a creative project and your emotions here where you may be the Moon, the Three of Wands, and the High Priestess. Some of you may be waiting are in the depths of a creative project, or unable to do things romantically because you are highly involved in something creative at work or in some other endeavor here. I do show that either somebody's holding on to you or you're holding on to something here pretty tightly, and it could be a creative project, okay? If it is, you have a lot of deep running emotions in regards to it, okay? Because I got a King of Cups here. And I have the reason for the King of the Cups is here is because of this Four of Pentacles, which popped up in your other reading. Okay, some of you may be holding on to some old pain here, all right? But I just popped here that, like, the outcome of this is that you are going to be able to release. All right, I have the Nine of Wands in reverse here, and the Page of Pentacles, okay? You guys may get some news about a creative project, especially if you've been working very diligently on it. Okay, all right, for others of you, you know, you may have some sort of offer in love, a romantic offer, or start dating casually if you are not. Okay, for others of you, I see this involved around some sort of thing with children. Okay, and again, it could have to do with something, you just may be really, really plugged into your kids. Really, really plugged into your kids. But the universe's advice on this, okay, is to tap in fully. So if you're working on a creative project, double down. Ace of Cups. That's overflowing love, divine gift from above, and high creativity. Overwhelming creativity. Okay. What's the result going to be? Are people going to see what you do? Are people going to know what you did? Yeah. Okay, and that was what was crossing you in that 6th and 12th house arena. So I do feel like there's some sort of fear here around communications or people seeing you, your work or what you do. Like if you write, and you write creative nonfiction, let's say you have a story and it's gonna like touch on issues that you really didn't want to share, or something like this. Could be challenging you, or you're gonna do something that stretches your limits here. The advice from the universe is to do it. Ace of Cups, baby. Okay. Tap in. If it's a person, tap in. Okay, because I do see a relationship here as well. Some of you, I feel like, already may be with your divine counterpart. Others of you are going to have somebody pretty significant come in. I also do see, especially with this 2nd and 8th house access popping here, either feel like somebody could, either you work with somebody that might become a significant partner, or some of you may have faced loss of a parent. I'm sorry for those of you that did. You're not the first sign to pop up with these heavy 2nd house, 8th house kind of death themes kind of going on, or something, you know, here. There's something here of significance, okay? Especially when I have the Warrior here in the 8th house with the Moon. Some of you may have lost a mother. Some of you may have, like, be fearful of the loss of your mother, or something of this sort here, okay? There's something there. There's something there that's like, I'm not worried about you for, I'm seeing it here. Others of you may have a significant mate come in. Again, I already told you that. But some of you may have something that you need to wrap up first. There's something old here that needs to be cleaned up or cleaned out, or something like that. Boundaries. I'm going to pull one more for you, and then I'm going to close you out, okay? I'm going to see you for regular check-in readings, okay? And I'm also posting, I'm doing like starter sessions on Insta and TikTok right now that go into here, like I did for that 3rd house. But I'm also going to be posting some other smaller things in there. Anyway, those just started within the last 2 weeks, so I run them a little bit differently than here, but I'm brand new, so I'm experimenting with how I want those. So definitely leave me feedback if there's things you like or things you want to see on there that I don't do on here. Okay. like a 1-card check-in or something like that, just let me know, because I wouldn't post probably a 1-card check-in daily for YouTube. I do more extensive readings for you guys, okay? That said, I'm still going to do a single and troubled in love for you guys this month as well, okay? I want to pull one more thing. I want a 5-card pull on something here. I want on this Queen because I have the Rider here, so I do feel like some of you are highly involved in communications at work, or you're going to have some sort of communications come in at work, okay, specifically related to a female, or you are this female, all right, and you're stepping into a position of authority, and that does pop across your 5th house. So again, I feel like something here about something creatively that you're doing at work has taken up a lot of your time. Or you may have somebody significant come in. Give me this. I want this 10th house here. Wow. Again, I feel like there's been a big transition, okay, of some sort. You guys have pulled the Death card at least 4 times. Okay, there's like 70-something cards in a tarot deck. You've pulled the Death card 3 times in this reading. Big transformations, Pisces. Here I have the 4 of Swords, Death, and then I have the 9 of Swords. But what I love is this 9 of Swords came out in reverse, and this 4 of Swords is in the upright. So whatever you're doing at work, or if you did lose a mother figure or something, it's like you're healing from that, you're over it, or something of this sort here. You've transformed. And the 9 of Swords in reverse is actually good. It's like the swords of anxiety are releasing. Okay, and that might be about fear around what you are going to do at work. Can you pull another ace on these from the universe's advice on what to do on these 5-card draws? This is a beautiful reading. Give me the outcome here. On this Queen, I got the 4 of Swords, so this is like healing. Something here going on at work, either a partner that comes in, okay, that you know, maybe somebody you work with that's a feminine figure here with the Queen popping here, or this is you. Okay, something's very healing here at work and on a 10th house exterior basis here that's transformative, okay, or has gone through a significant transformation, all right, where it's gonna, all your anxiety about it's gonna be released, or has been. The universe's advice for how you can make it great is Ace of Wands. So you just pulled my 2 favorite aces in the deck on these 2. The Ace of Wands, that's like fully go after it, okay? And the Magician, okay? This is manifestation. This is not, oh, I hope it happens, I hope it happens. There's work behind this. This is about you having the tools and applying it, and also keeping a good state of mind and manifestation mode to get your wishes, okay? This isn't like, you know, there's a lot of work in here with this, but there's something here significant about communications, okay? You may get the green light on something here that's pretty significant, all right? And as long as you keep tapping in here, you're going to be absolutely fine. I don't know what Pisces I'm plugging into here, but whatever Pisces I'm plugging into is pretty amazing, okay? Beautiful. All right, Pisces, that is your 12th house check-in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you for your other check-ins, which I will be posting some this week, and your full moon spread. Bye, Pisces.